From the sports section of the New York Times, Yale beats Columbia in unlikely matchup for Ivy Lead by Zach Schonbrun. The mood at John J. Lee Amphitheater on Friday evening mostly felt like impatience. Fans filled rickety wooden bleachers that have ached for success. Basketball dominance in the Ivy League has been cyclical for the past 40 years or so. The cycles always seemed to miss Columbia and Yale. The sight of both teams sharing firm command of the Ivy League this season seemed cause for celebration, even in early February. Without a postseason tournament, there was also a sense that the game between them could provide the slim buffer needed for either one to earn what has eluded them for decades, an automatic NCAA tournament bid. After a shaky start, Yale calmed its nerves and settled into its typical pounding formula, wearing down Columbia 86-72. The Bulldogs, 14-5, 5-0, inched closer to their first NCAA tournament berth since 1962. Columbia, 15-7, 4-1, has not earned a bid since 1968. Since then, the league has been so heavily dominated by four teams, Harvard, Cornell, Penn, and Princeton, that only once has another program sneaked its way to an outright title, Brown in 1986. But this year, the league appears bound for a shakeup. Yale and Harvard finished as co-champions last season, but Harvard won the one-game playoff for the league's automatic bid to the tournament. Although the Bulldogs graduated 4 players, one key member came back. Justin Sears, the reigning Ivy League Player of the Year, who scored a game-high 27 points. Yale also got another key player to return from a different sabbatical. Forward Brandon Sherrod sat out his junior year to travel the globe as a singer in Yale's famed a cappella group, the Whiffenpoofs. He managed to come back better than ever, and his 25 points and 8 rebounds bolstered the Bulldogs. When Brandon and Justin are playing at that level, it's very difficult to lose a game, Yale coach James Jones said. They just dominate inside by the basket. Sherrod had gone 15 for 15 from the field for 38 points in 2 games last weekend. Entering Friday, he had not missed a shot since January 16th, a string of 25 consecutive made field goals, one shy of the NCAA record. It did not take him long to break it. With a layup 6 minutes in, Sherrod claimed the record with his 27th in a row. He started 5 for 5, bringing his total up to 30 in a row before finally missing a short contested shot with 4 minutes 45 seconds left in the half. It was somewhat of a relief, he said. Columbia's 4-0 start in league play was a first for the program since 1994. Led by 3 seniors, Maudo Lowe, Alex Rosenberg, and Grant Mullins, the Lions were picked just behind Yale in the preseason standings. After losing 5 of their first 9 games, there was some concern that the team was not performing as it should, but Columbia rallied to win 12 of its next 13. On Friday, Columbia swiped at dribbles and knifed into passing lanes. The team gathered 11 steals, with 7 by Lowe alone, tying a Columbia record. Yale turned the ball over 4 times in its first 5 possessions, allowing Columbia to quickly jump ahead 10-5. But the Bulldogs regrouped to shoot 71.4% from the field in the first half, including 7 of 10 from three-point range, and led by 9 with just over 2 minutes remaining. There were certain possessions where I felt like we played good defense, Lowe said. They just hit tough shots. Columbia tried to gain some momentum heading into the intermission, but after a good defensive stand, Yale forward Blake Reynolds hit a fall-away three-pointer with 2.8 seconds remaining to give the Bulldogs a 41-33 halftime lead. Yale's front court tandem might stack up with just about any in the country. The 6'8" Sears, averaging 15.4 points and 6.7 rebounds per game this season, is long and light-footed, with expanding range. Sherrod can clear the lane with his powerful physique. Together, they have helped Yale into the top 10 nationally in rebounding margin and offensive rebounds per game. Columbia slipped behind 57-46, but the Lions crawled back 60-57 after a three-pointer banked off the glass by Lowe with just over 8 minutes remaining. The score was 64-58 when Sears stepped out to drill a three-pointer with 5:47 remaining, prompting a timeout from Columbia coach Kyle Smith.